Tonight, on this edition of The Small Interview, our guest is Hollywood prop master, RVTV producer, and host of the show's The 5 Minute Meeting, Let's Take This Outside, Jim and Ashland, Jim Falkenstein. Hello and welcome to the Small Interview with Glamour Dave. I'm your host, David Glamour Dave Nienow, and typically this show is my emergency production show where it comes into play when a guest cancels on one of my other shows. But this happens to be the very first planned production date in the history of this show. So this means I get to actually have a little bit more fun. And I have as my first guest today a very wonderful friend of mine and a fellow RVTV producer. Jim Falkenstein is my guest today. So we welcome Jim to the show.
Dave, thanks for having me. I will tell you what, you did not inform me that this was the big first of some kind of episodes of shows. I thought this was a long-standing tradition. I was slipping in after you'd already got this thing, all the wheels greased.
Well, you're episode 6. So, but this is actually the first time where I actually had a planned production date for this show, because all the other episodes have been like, okay, someone canceled on a previous production and I need to fill the time. And so then it's like, okay, time for the small interview. And I drag one of my crew people in and I do an interview. And that's how this show has been going since its inception. So you're actually the very first planned guest in this series, but you happen to be episode number 6. So
normally it's just regular garbage, but I'm special garbage.
That's right. Yeah,
all
that's one way to look at it.
I'm okay with being special garbage. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Kind of. Whatever.
So one of the reasons I wanted to have you on the show was to talk about your Hollywood career.
Oh, man. Oh, yes. It's illustrious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you could just read about it in all of the trades.
Yeah. Well, I just go to IMDb and I see that you're a Hollywood prop master.
That's right.
And you were the Hollywood prop master for Reba McEntire's Reba show.
Dave, that's true.
Yeah.
It's 100% true. I was the prop master for that. We're pretty close friends. You know, she calls a lot. You know, I helped her with the whole divorce thing and her getting her new guy. And, you know, she's always calling me. I'm like, busy. I'm texting. I'm like, Reba, I'm prop mastering right now. I don't have time to solve your social problem. So she's actually she's a very nice person.
Yeah.
She's actually super sweet. She's actually, I know, if I tried to, I could probably call her. If I called this friend's number, and then they would pass it on to her, and then she may or probably would call me back or probably text me within like a month.
Yeah,
that's how close we are.
Yeah, well, that's really impressive.
That's pretty impressive stuff. Yeah.
So for the purposes of the audience understanding, what exactly is a Hollywood prop master? What do you do as a prop master?
Oh, prop master, probably the most important job in movie making business.
Yeah.
That's why, you know what, most guys can win an Oscar and or an Emmy, you know. Yes. Production designers, wardrobe designer stuff, you know, lighting guys, camera guys, effects. Everybody can win an Emmy or an Oscar, but a prop master cannot.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we're like puppet masters. We control everything. You know, we are so powerful. How do you pick which one's the most powerful? You don't want to piss off other prop masters because we're pretty important. I'm kidding. Dave, it's ridiculous. All we do is we bring stuff in. Let's say you went to a hotel room, right? Somebody's already built the hotel. Somebody's already put the furniture in the hotel. Somebody's put the sheets on and the drapes and everything. And then the prop master, anything you bring into that hotel room, that's the prop master's job. So like any kind of let's say you go to visit, all the stuff you bring, let's say you brought your clothes and your toiletries in, you bring in some food, that's the prop master. Let's say you're planning on shooting some stuff and you bring some guns in, that's the prop master's job. Prop masters love guns. So we like guns and food, and clothes, we're bringing stuff, just things people carry. Action props, what sometimes they're called, Dave. Action props. So I just picked this up.
Yeah.
Action prop.
Ah.
Look, am I touching those flowers? No, that's not a prop. That's set dressing.
Okay.
Action prop.
Okay.
Now, Dave, I know what you're saying. You're saying, Jim, how hard can that be? You go to the store, you buy stuff, you drop it off. You go home, and then they all work it out. No. Let's say I'm an actor. Let's pretend I'm an actor, Dave. Ready?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I could have been an actor. Probably. But then I go, hey, prop guy, that my character wouldn't have a white mug like this with blue on it. It would be a blue mug with white stuff on it. I mean, I can't act like this. Where's my trailer? And then I'd have to go, oh, sir, you are the greatest actor I've ever worked with. And then I'd run off, and then as soon as I got up like 10 feet from him, I'd go, what jackass, I hate that guy. And then I'd come back with one and go, there's your mug. You're so great, Val Kilmer, who, by the way, I worked with and is the worst person in all of Hollywood.
Okay.
Correct.
I'll take your word for that.
100% right. Guaranteed. That's a fact-based claim.
So you're basically like getting all the little final detail decorative items that fill the scene.
Oh, fill the scene, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. A delight for the eyes, right?
Yes.
Yes, I do all that stuff. And the stuff you don't even think about. Subtext, right?
Yeah, well, those, like the right colored mug can certainly be have a strong contextual element in the story.
Sometimes I set their watch to the wrong time, just to create conflict.
Oh, wow. That's like
one of the,
that's like one of the little secrets of Hollywood,
Yeah.
The prop master's kind of setting up the
setting
actor.
it up, yeah, on purpose. We say it on purpose, but mostly it's because we screw up and we're lazy, and we go, we did that on purpose to create a tension. That's why you can't find that pencil you're supposed to have. Not because I forgot it.
Okay.
I did it on purpose.
Now, how long have you been doing the Hollywood prop mastering thing?
Probably 25 years. Yeah. Something like that, 30.
How did you find yourself getting into that?
Dave, it's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I have no answer. I have no recollection of how I got in.
You can't remember it.
Cannot remember.
Yeah. Well,
Dave, you know what I did? I went to Hollywood from Cleveland.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Cleveland. Have you been to Cleveland?
No, I've never been to Cleveland.
It's nothing like Hollywood.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Because it's a nice place.
Yeah.
It's a perfectly nice. There's not a lot going on. Back then I was there like during the river burning years. Remember the Cuyahoga? Caught on fire? Oh, it's a great story.
Okay.
But then I came to Los Angeles and said, how hard can it be to be a famous writer?
Yeah.
And apparently you got to kind of know people and have connections and stuff.
Right, and you didn't know anyone.
No, did not.
And had no connections. So,
nope.
So the whole writing thing just kind of like went down.
Well, I figured, I mean, let's think logically. I'll get a job doing props.
Yeah.
I'll be kind of standing around the stage wearing like dirty clothes and stuff and handing people stuff. And then one of the writers will come up to me and say, hey, weird kid, do you have a script for next week's episode? And I'll go, of course I do. And then I'll become a famous writer.
Yeah.
That seemed logical coming from Cleveland.
Right.
Didn't work out that way.
Didn't work out
Can you
that
believe
way.
that, George? Can you believe that didn't work out for me? George can't believe it. Well, talking
about George Shinesky that's working camera one right behind me. So,
exactly. And you know what? I assumed it would be like George got a script in his pocket. Like pretend, George, you're me. And then I'm like, let me see, who was a nice person I worked with back in the olden days? Let's say like Jay Thomas, super nice guy.
Yeah.
And Jay Thomas is doing a scene and he goes, hey, George, next week our episode, I read it, it's terrible. You seem like a good guy. You probably have a new episode for Love and War. That was my first show. And George would say, he said, yeah, he said he got one. Bingo. I thought that's how it worked. That's not how it worked.
It don't work that way. Yeah,
you got to guess a lot of butts.
Yeah. So is there a lot of money to be had in the Hollywood prop master?
A big pile of money.
Yeah?
Oh, it's just piled up. One of the common phrases that people say about the prop master is it's a license to steal.
Yeah, okay.
Because you can buy, as a prop guy, you got to buy anything, right?
Right.
You buy mugs, guns, and everything in between mugs and guns. Mm-hmm. So if a character, you could just say, I break up a receipt. My character wanted to smoke a carton Pall Malls, so I had to go out and buy them. And they're like, all right, there you go. And then I just steal Pall Malls and just say the actor wanted Pall Malls. And then whatever it is, whatever you get, you got to get 3 of them, right? Because what if he breaks it? I got to have a couple backed up.
Yeah.
So, he needed an iPad for the scene, so I had to get 3 of them. And he dropped one of them. And he didn't drop one of them, but I say he did, and then I take it home, and now I've got a free iPad. Well, this is what some people claim prop masters do.
Right.
No.
That doesn't happen at all.
There was a rumor. A lot of the prop houses in Los Angeles were started by old prop masters who just hoarded so many props from show after show after show that they just had warehouses full of stolen stuff. They go, I gotta start making money off this stuff I stole. So instead of reselling it, I'd get caught. So I'll rent it back to the studios.
Yeah, right.
And that's how all the big houses got started.
Okay.
That's what I heard. Rumor has it, one guy took a truckload of guns. He filled a whole semi full of guns for this movie out of town. And he packed it to the rafters with all sorts of good military stuff at the prop house. And then the night, so he was going to leave in the morning to go to Arizona where the movie was. But since he knew exactly what's in it, he overpacked his gang. And then he snuck in that night, pretended that somebody stole his truck, when rumor has it, it was him stealing his own truck. And he took it off, and then he stole everything out of the back of it, and then parked it up like on a off-ramp somewhere and burned it to the ground so that there was no evidence. And then started his own prop house full of guns.
Okay.
So license to steal, that's why real prop masters are.
All right. Well, that's good to know. So now, what brought you got to a certain point in your Hollywood career and you moved up here to Southern Oregon?
I was told there'd be no guns or mugs up here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm tired of guns and mugs. I moved to Ashland where there's no, and lo and behold, there's guns and mugs everywhere.
Yeah, they are.
They're everywhere.
This is kind of redneck country, so there's a lot of that
I love
around
it.
here.
Well, my wife and I came up here actually, my kid was 0 or 2. It was little. My kid was small. I know that. So 23 years ago, whatever it was, 22 years, 20. Yeah. And she wanted to come up here. She's like, Shakespeare stuff. Yeah. And I came up here and I was like, oh, fishing's really pretty awesome near here. Yeah. So then we kept coming back. And she'd go, look, there's more Shakespeare. I go, I know there's more fishing. And then she said, look, there's cute stuff. And I'm like, there's trails and things. And so we just kept coming back here over and over and over and over. And we like hippies. Yeah. And we like rednecks. Yeah. And so we like Shakespeare and college and trails and fishing and
that pretty much describes Southern Oregon.
Weirdos. So that's big fans of yours, Dave, by the way, my wife and I. Yeah. So that's why we kept coming back.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And now what brought you to RVTV? Because you and I met last year going through the RVTV studio certification class. So that's when we first met.
Oh, that's right. We did, yeah.
Yeah. And so what brought you into coming here into RVTV and getting affiliated here?
I'll tell you why, Dave. 100% why.
Yeah.
Creative fulfillment.
Yeah.
I work on a lot of TV shows in Los Angeles, right? So you're always making something terrible for somebody else.
Yeah.
And they're always got some dumb idea that they want you to do, and you help them make their dumb idea, and you go, it's the dumbest thing. I don't want to do that. I want to make my own show. Hey, RVTV. Yeah. I'd come make my own show.
That's right.
And I'm like, I started coming to these things. I'm going, these guys are having a good time, and it's cable access. You don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
So you got to embrace the cable access.
That's right. Yeah.
A little like I like the kind of a seat of the pants kind of vibe, of a cable access. Yeah. It's great.
Well, you and I last December did the year-end wrap-up of 2017 local news.
Oh yeah.
And
that's right.
And so I have a clip from our working together that night. So if the control room can bring that up.
Shoot, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh man, we were killing it. Yeah. Look at me. Look at your hat.
Hey, welcome to Public Access.
Look at that.
News here
Boy,
on,
oh boy, that was good times, Dave. Those are the days. Remember that when you used to wear a red hat? Are we talking now?
Yeah, there we go.
We're not exactly certain exactly how everything works. We're poorly prepared, and we're going to do a wrap-up. Dave Nienow and I, Jim Falkenstein, are going to wrap up the year of, which year are we going to wrap up?
2017.
Let's do just recent year, Dave.
Right.
Let's do the year 2017, the one
that would
we
be
just
a big
had.
help. Yes.
And I got bad news for people who are not as Ashland-centric. I mostly know Ashland stuff.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I live in Medford.
The bad news is I've got all the notes, so I'm going to start talking about the year of 2017 from an Ashland perspective. But it's going to be similar to what everyone has experienced. I think we're all similar. We have similar experiences, but yet we all have specific experiences.
I'll take your word on that.
Yeah, it's 100% true. I just said. So 2017 was it's got a lot of stuff happened. I'd say that what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit in the perspective of the Ashland City Council meeting, which I go to all the time. I love it. I love going, watching about politics and then talking about it, right?
Well, if that's your thing, Jim.
That's kind of my thing. That and trails. I like trails and stuff, and trees. I like those too. But we're going to do some city council meeting stuff. I have a show called the 5-Minute Meeting, Dave, where I summarize every council meeting in 5 minutes.
That's a good trick, because I've seen your other shows, and sometimes they go for 7 or 8 minutes.
People have told me, shut up. I've heard that before. Thanks, Dave. I'm reading between the lines, and you're saying, shut up, Jim, you should talk less.
All righty. Well, that was one of our funniest moments from last December.
Yeah, everyone loved that one. Yeah. Everyone loves that one. my grandparents were alive, they would have written me a letter and put $1 in it and said,
Yeah.
"Good job." That's how
Yeah.
much money $1 from your grandparents. Did you get the $1 gifts from your grandparents when you get the letters for your birthday and stuff? Did you get that?
Yeah, my grandmother was actually generous. She always typically put a $5 bill in.
What?
Yeah,
Man,
Well, that's because I was a nice young man. That's
I got a feeling.
That's what my family kept telling me, is that I was a nice young man.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe Grandma wasn't that smart. You couldn't tell the difference between a 1 and a 5. Maybe that's it.
Well, it could have been, partial blindness could have been an
Whatever
issue,
it takes to get that fiber, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So,
Don't question it. All right. What else? What else is going on, Dave?
so I have a slideshow of images of you and your most famous moments in Hollywood.
huge, yes.
In the yellow, you have a yellow tux.
I have a yellow tux.
That seemingly is like extremely famous in Los Angeles.
Pretty famous as far as my life goes. Compared to
Yeah.
It's very close. It's very closely associated with famous things.
Yeah.
Famous-ish. Nothing too famous either, by the way. I try not to get the yellow tux too close to anything. Kind of a B-level kind of celebrity. It's my favorite.
Well, yeah, and so we have like 15 pictures of you
Okay.
in your yellow tux with some B grade and formerly A grade actors and celebrities.
Yes, has-beens and wannabes.
Yeah.
Those are my two favorite actors, actually.
So the control room can load up those images.
Let's take a look at that.
Lee Majors,
Oh, heck yeah.
the $6 million man.
$6 million, and the last stuntman or whatever he was.
Yeah, I understand that his value's gone down to under $500,000 now. So
That way, he's gonna get an upgrade pretty soon, and it's gonna be back up to once Elon Musk and he team up.
Yeah.
Man, forget about it. Did you know? It was actually I gave him a drink, and you're supposed to be drinking like a bourbon or something, and he's old, so I was like, all right, I'll put a cherry in it because that's like kind of a Manhattan vibe to it. And he goes, "What do you give me a cherry for? Do I look like I'm wearing a skirt?" I'm like, okay. So I took it out. He's hilarious. He's great.
okay,
All right, who's
so let's
next?
go to the next. Betty White.
Oh my gosh, what an angel. She's so great.
Yeah.
What's good about her is like everyone says dirty stuff near her, but she doesn't say the dirty stuff, but she gets the dirty stuff, and she does. It's hilarious.
Yeah. That's
she's
I hear
great.
about her. Yeah.
Huh?
I hear a lot about that about her.
but
Yeah.
she's
So
like-
let's go on to the next. So we got Bob Saget.
Bob Saget. Yeah, he's an odd bird. He's funny. He's weird. He's one of the weird guys. Like he'll no matter where you are, he'll be like one of those guys who's going, hey, I don't hear anything. What? Yeah. Why? Where are these aliens? He's like touches stuff and says dumb things.
Okay.
It was kind of funny, entertaining in that way.
All right, let's go on to the next. Lori Loughlin.
Lori Loughlin. She looks like she's 20 years old.
I know, she still looks great.
Yeah, it's amazing. She's super nice, and my daughter works at the Cheesecake Factory, and she ran into my kid at the Cheesecake Factory, and she came to work there. She goes, "Did your daughter work at Cheesecake Factory?" I'm like, "How do you know that?" She just was friendly person who talked to my daughter, and then remembered it was and then she found out I was on the, and it was like she's just a regular person-ish. I mean, super rich.
Yeah.
I think her husband's worth like $20 billion or something.
Yeah, that must be nice. Okay, let's go on to the next.
That must be nice.
That's Elia Kazan?
I don't. It's Elia Kazan? That's not her name, is it? That's a different person.
Yeah, okay.
Something. No, it's what's her name? She's an old-time actress from Infinity ago, and I don't think she knew that she was on our show. She was really old.
Yeah. Okay.
But she was a hot mama back in the day.
Yeah.
A looker, as they used to say, right?
Yeah. Let's go on to the next. And that's like one of the Baldwin brothers, isn't it?
That's Stephen Baldwin. Yeah,
Okay.
isn't it Stephen Baldwin?
Is it Billy Baldwin?
Billy Baldwin, maybe. You're right, Billy Baldwin, right? Yeah, Billy Baldwin, yeah. Whatever, he's a Baldwin.
Yeah, well, they all look the same. It's hard to distinguish them,
Yeah, he was on, I think that was Hot in Cleveland, and he was just like, Hot in Cleveland, they had every semi-famous celebrity would show up.
Yeah, right.
So he was there, and
It was a quick check, probably.
we did not. All I did, took a picture, walked away. We didn't chat.
Right on to the next.
That's Billy the Clown.
Yeah. Okay.
That's Billy Joe. Bob. What's his last name? He was from According to Jim Belushi's show. According to Jim, he's the sidekick from that. He's a guy, he's a stand-up comedian guy. He's he's a super nice guy who's on According to Jim. Jim Belushi also. He's here. He lives here in the Rogue Valley.
Does, yeah.
And they're like, and by the way, not a good person. Not a good person. You've heard about him, how he used to pee in a Snapple bottle. This is a real thing. He didn't like to leave the stage to go to the bathroom, so he had a special he had a special table built in the set, like behind the kitchen, and he had a table with a Snapple bottle. So he'd be like, "Hey, we need to take a break," and then he'd go back and he'd hear, glug, 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 and then he'd come back out and continue acting. And he had a Snapple bottle filled with urine. He would do that, and then he'd have some assistant try to throw it away. It got out of hand. So after like, okay, well, if you keep going to the yellow text, sorry.
Yeah, let's go on to the next. Oh my gosh, Jim, you and your stories. Okay.
That's that kid from this show. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot his name already.
Okay.
He's a good kid. He was a good kid. He went to the dermatologist a lot, like in the middle of the show. He goes, "I have to go see my dermatologist."
All right.
That's a weird thing I thought for someone to do during a show.
Okay.
Like, why are we not shooting now? Because what's his name? Is that the dermatologist? I'm like,
okay.
his skin seemed normal to me, but he wasn't worried about it.
All righty.
Tony Cavuso, Tony Cavallero.
Okay.
He played School of Rock. He was in there.
Okay. All right. Let's go on to the next.
Okay. It's what's her name from the show? She's an angel.
Yeah.
Ramona is her character she played in Fuller House.
Okay.
The daughter. And
right.
She's super nice.
Yeah. And then on to the next.
That's from Fuller House again. That's Kimmy Gibbler.
Oh, okay.
That's her character. Her name is famous Kimmy Gibbler. Nobody expected Kimmy Gibbler to just be killing it like she is, but she's very funny and nice.
Yeah, okay.
She's a perfectly normal human being.
Yeah. All right.
No, that's Jodie Sweetin from Fuller House as well.
Okay.
She's had a tough life. She apparently, I don't know if I read the tabloids. She's like married 90 times, and she had she doesn't drink anymore. She used to like enjoy drinking quite a bit apparently back in the day, but now she's a normal person. She's got the perfectly nice person.
All right.
So she's super great. That's Juan Pablo, Jean de Pablo.
Okay.
John Juan de Pablo.
All right.
He's also a Fuller House kid.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if he's Argentine. I don't know where he's from. Whatever. Jeez, you're loading up on the Fuller House guys. That's John Brackenworth. He's the sexy doctor vet who's going out with the other girl. He's a nice guy. I know.
Okay.
He's like regular.
All right.
Talk to him. He's fine.
And this is the last one. It's you with Emmy.
That's Emily.
Yeah.
Emmy. I call her Emmy.
Yeah.
We're pretty tight.
Yeah.
I went to the Emmys this year, Dave. Because why? Because of my great prop mastering?
Yeah.
No. It's because Microsoft owns the theater, and Microsoft also likes to put their products on shows. So they give me products to put out in the scenes, and if you get to use enough products in the show, then they go, Jim, we saw that Microsoft Surface on the counter. You're the best prop master. I'm like, well, that doesn't make me any money by you telling me I'm great. They go, how about if we give you tickets to the Emmys? You can just sit like way in the back. And I'm like, can I sit way in the back? And do I get to use a separate entrance so that I actually don't get to see any of the actors that are actually there? That'd be great. Also, yes. So we did that. It's still great. Got the wife, we got pictures, we saw the show.
Yeah, your wife's in all those pictures.
She's not actually, is she? Very good point. She was there. Somebody's got to take the pictures.
Okay. Well, Jim, guys, it's been fun, and we're coming to the end of the show.
Good.
And it's just like that, man. I knew this was going to go fast just because of you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
People are going to probably want to. I don't think people are going, man, I wish this would go longer. They're going, we have got to get going. We've got to get going. I'm seeing two conflicting things.
Now I mean,
shut up and go longer.
Shut up. We got to
shut up. Longer. Shut up. Longer. Longer? We're going to go longer,
We're
Dave.
going to go longer.
Dave, let me ask you a quick question. When are you coming out to Hollywood to bring your blue jacket out to Yellow Tux Land?
Yeah, well.
I mean, you should. Have you thought about bringing this show down to Los Angeles?
Well, I've got a lot of show ideas that I'm out putting out there, pitching to different companies.
Yes.
I've got some stuff on a pitch website that I got several companies looking at various ideas of mine. And so if I get one of my ideas optioned or bought, I'm like coming down to LA.
Los Angeles?
I'm off. My mother and I will be coming down to LA.
Shooting it up.
That's right.
Oh man. All right. Well, we'll clear the way. Well, want me to spread the
word? I've got a sci-fi series that's being looked at by a couple companies.
Nice.
And I've got like 24 different reality show ideas that and I've got about 5 of those
Reality show. Dave.
Well, hey, it's easy.
I thought you were better than that.
It's easy, quick money, man.
How many Kardashians do you know? Because that's the only way you can get that thing sold.
Yeah. Well, I've got right now I got like 5 reality ideas all being looked at by different production companies.
Yeah.
And so, I get one of them bought or optioned for a nice chunk of change. It will be like I will be out of RVTV and down to LA land. And
well, you are well on your way, because I think the word "or" is coming to mind for me. You are just selling yourself for the cash by making reality TV.
Yeah, well, that's fine. If it gets my mother retired,
yes,
and I can buy her a home, then I've done my job as son.
Sell out, whatever. Fine, that's fine, Dave. Well, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I just got whatever. Reality show, Dave. Reality show, Nienow. That's what you're going to Glamour. You're not going to go. No one's going to remember Glamour Dave. They're going to remember Sellout Reality Show Dave Nienow. You know him. Oh, Dave Sellout Reality Show Nienow? Yeah, I remember. I think he used to do a show in Ashland. They're going, no, that was Glamour Dave. He's a totally cool guy, not Sellout Dave. Dave.
Okay. Well, now we're down to the 1 minute mark.
All right, so stretch it guy is wrong and shut up guy is right. Okay, got it.
And it's time to wrap up.
Okay.
So, Jim, I thank you for coming on the show.
Always a pleasure talking to you, Dave.
This has been the funnest interview yet.
It's going to be the best. Are we going to win an Emmy on this interview?
I'm going to submit it to the Northwest Regional Emmys in the comedy category. I'm sure it will be an instant win.
As long as we're not a reality show, Dave. You know I'm against that.
Okay. All right. Well, Jim, thank you. And I want to thank my crew for coming in and helping. And so this is a wrap up for the small interview. And I thank everyone, and thank you, Road Valley, for watching, and we'll see you next time.
And that's it for this edition of the small interview for tonight. We're always eager to hear what you have to say, so follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and support this show at our Patreon page at patreon.com/GlamourDave. You can send us your comments to viewer@glamourdave.com.